It is time to go racing. A three-way shootout for the title between Hayden Wilde, Johnny Brownlee and Alex Yee for the Sharks, the Cheetahs and the Eagles. Some other big ins though. Olympic and world champion Christian Blumenfeld is wearing the yellow of the Rhinos, and also wearing the white of the Eagles is 70.3 world champion Gustav Eden. Let's have a look at the points as they head into this one. And I said it was a three-way race. Well, look at that. 41, 40 and 39 between Brownlee, Wilde and Yee. Vincent Lewis, you can't discount him no matter where he's from. If things fall his way, he could take it out. He's on 37 points. And Vasco Velasquez, the Portuguese young gun, is the last man with a chance at the title.
Time to get underway in the men's, the last race of the championship season. They are off, and Vincent Lewis slightly missed the start. Matt Hauser straight into the water. Here comes the wave. This time it hits those that are on the right-hand side, but we've seen that the right is better for the buoy placement. So into the beach they come for the first time. Of course, all the jerseys to be awarded, the short shoots to be awarded. So it's a real balancing act here between how hard do you go early on, how much do you conserve for the overall. We're going to see people who, like a Matt Hauser, like a Seth Ryder on the bike, and also Vasco Velasquez, do the job they need to do in these single disciplines to try and pick up that cash and those jersey points and the short shoot if they can. Meanwhile, our overall championship contenders, well, do they let the short shoot go and conserve, or do they race hard in the swim and bike early? Flora Duffy, of course, she can do both, as most of our championship contenders can. So conserve where you need to, catch waves when you can, and that is going to spread the...
Yeah, the athletes have been absolutely thrown onto the shore, but it's only 3 or 4 of them, and the rest look like they've been pulled back out again.
Yeah, Hauser's away. He caught that wave. The Australian used to swimming at the beach. He might end up picking up the 20,000. And it's Hauser who could well pick up the $20,000. He just needs to finish ahead of Vincent Lewis, and Lewis is nowhere. It doesn't matter. He takes the full points. He picks up the 20 grand. He's happy about it too. He takes the short shoot from Aaron Royal.
You can see the two boys giving each other the knuckles here just behind. You know, we did it, we caught the wave, we're off the front jet. It's going to be interesting to see what they do now. Vincent Louis behind them, stomping hard on the pedals, and there's a couple of guys sitting on his wheel as well. But you've seen the wave, what the wave has done here. It's split the guys up so much, which is definitely something tricky, something you can't plan for. Hayden Wilde also coming through, and Alex Yee riding in front of this group with Johnny Brownlee.
In the drop zone, just looking at the timings here, Mario Mola, 3-time world champion, is in danger of getting cut. Jake Birtwistle, who has underperformed across the course of the season, but is fantastic as a racer, and we've seen him dominate. He's a chance of getting carved out as well. Vasco Velasquez now on the front. He wants that bike points. He is on 9 bike points. Seth Ryder is on 12. So if Vasco Velasquez can take the full 5, well, it all depends on where Seth Ryder comes across the line, and he is in that group though. So what happens there will determine a $20,000 bonus. Well, it all comes to transition. He's 3 points ahead. It goes 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So if Ryder can come out, even 2 positions back, he's still going to take the points. My addition is not awesome. Van Riel then with the shoes on. Big group coming in now. There is Taylor Reid. He got eliminated first out last time. He doesn't want that to happen again. And across the line comes Van Riel and then Ryder. So Ryder had the good transition there. He will win the bike jersey. He had a 3-point lead coming in. It's Velasquez who had a slow one, and he's behind with Vincent Lewis. Who's that coming up the outside? Christian Blumenfeld. He doesn't care about this. He's off. He's off. He hasn't even read the rules. He's like, I was going to win this by 100 miles for no reason at all.
He might
what
have,
a good man.
He might make everyone the 90-second rule here at this pace, Will, if he keeps going on this at this pace.
Confirmation that Martin Van Riel picks up the second short shoot. It was very close between him and Ryder. Ryder took the overall, but Van Riel gets the short shoot, as does Matt Hauser in the swim. And Christian Blumenfeld just having a good old run for no real reason other than to deny some other people the run points, and it comes down to a 2-point gap for the run overall between Hayden Wilde and Vincent Lewis. Now Wilde is 10.7 seconds back, you can see there. Lewis is in that pack as well. If Wilde
can stay ahead of Vincent Lewis as they come across the line, he will pick up the $20,000 and deny Vincent again after Matt Hauser denied him the $20,000 in the swim.
He's absolutely miles ahead. He's looking back down the road. Is he slightly confused? I don't think so. Great to see Jonas Schumber back in there from Germany. You know, expected big things at the start of the series from the tall German athlete, but he hasn't performed that well, hasn't been feeling too good, but he's right in the mix today, and as is Aaron Royal, who hasn't been on top for this series so far.
I think Aaron Royal must be sprinting here to get some extra team points, I think perhaps for their team as well. That seems like a great thing to do for Team Cheetahs, but I think it's the first time that the Rhinos have picked up points here with Christian Blumenfeld coming across first place. Sprint finish, Vincent Louis almost going down.
Yeah, he has. Royal comes in second. Where's Wild? It's Yi, Wild, Lewis. So that means that Wild takes the run overall.
I don't know what he was thinking.
Hauser closest to you. One at the last time out. Into the water they go again. Their old waves coming in here too, and it can be very unsettling, that period of time when you feel like you're swimming on the spot. Richard Murray, he's almost swimming backwards.
Yeah, it looked like
those come through.
It looked like the waves here, they were getting absolutely pounded, and some of the athletes further back. If you had a really slow start there, that's really not the way you want to start the first swim. They're only like 50 meters or 20 meters in here, and they're almost going backwards more than they are forwards. So it's going to be interesting to see who comes out here.
I think it's going to be Royal. I mean, if that's a cheetah and he's at the front and here comes a wave, it could, well, none of them are going to catch that one, but it was probably Aaron Royal at the front as they come together a little bit more. That looks like
Vince Louis on the left. Looks
Lewis
like
in the middle. Yep. And to be fair, Vincent Lewis had, well, then his title rivals at least, Vincent Lewis had a swim that's 20 seconds faster than anyone who's in the title chase when they came last time. Someone's just gone way left there as out of the water comes Reed. Taylor Reed, Johnny Brownlee is up there this time as well. Then there's a bit of a big gap back to Blumenfeld. But Reed off the front, and Reed has figured in the swims throughout. He's nearly denied Vincent Lewis a short shoot back in Munich. Brownlee is there, Lewis is there, Van Riel is there, and Royal is there, and that is your group of 5.
Vincent Louis had a great transition here. Wow, it was really fast watching him come through. Johnny Brownlee in second, I think Taylor Reed, and then it was Aaron Royal coming. But also Blumenfeld really high up. He's moved up from the first round, so that's going to put him in a good place on the bike.
At the moment, on my timing sheets, I think it's going to be Mario Mola, who's about 3 or 4 seconds off the back, at least last time they came through. Of course, someone gets eliminated at the end of the bike discipline. And on each lap of the run, Vasco Velasa in the bars. Probably the only man who's got the bars out there. He's had it every time. And just putting his head down with 2 sharks at the front, doing the job for Hayden Wild. As you say, all the players in behind, but there's Mario Mola now 8 seconds back.
They're just coming into transition.
Yeah, and who's that man who's going to lead it out? Probably Christian Blumenfeld. And we can say goodbye to him then on the run, if that's what happens. No, it is going to be Velasa who comes out first. Blumenfeld second from Brownlee. There is Wild, Reed, and I think at the back there was Van Riel and Vincent Lewis. And that is your group now of 8 men. So there was a few more than that. A couple of people have gotten left behind in transition. But all of those men are going to be safe. Already the short shoots have been decided, Hauser and Van Riel. So in that front group, Van Riel is the man. Hauser looks like he's struggling a little bit back. He's 25 seconds back. He's on the bubble. Schomburg, Toth, Bert Whistle has dropped right off. So it looks like we will have lost Mario Mola at the end of the bike. Blumenfeld, Brownlee, Velasa, and then Wild are your front 4. All of these men will be safe at the back. We can confirm that Mario Mola is gone, and Bert Whistle is 10 seconds down on Thomas Toth. There you go, confirmation. He couldn't run it down. He gets the eliminated banner, and Jake Bert Whistle. Well, that caps off what's been a tough month for Jake Bert Whistle.
Blumenfeld deciding that he's not hanging about again. Could this be not that he actually wants to get his heart rate up a bit? He doesn't want to go too easy, that actually this feels better to him than going slower, as we can see now he heads to the finish line.
I don't think Christian knows how to go easy, but you know, I think Johnny is quite a smart racer. He's been around the block, and Alex Yee and Hayden Wild, Vasco Velasa, the new guns on the block coming through here as well together, being really smart.
So over the first wave they go, into the water for the final time in Super League in 2021. And the chop continues to get up. Those Santa Ana winds that blow away the mist here every morning in Malibu have caused a little bit of chop as well.
There's a wave coming as well. This might actually benefit some guys. One person, just missing the wave
nearly.
there. Now, I think it might be, looks like Vincent Louis' stroke. I might be wrong.
Yeah, it is. I think that's Vincent Louis. I think you're right.
It's going to be interesting. Vince off the front, so he's had a very good swim here. And
well, the wave brings everyone up, or brings a few people up with him. So his good work has seen, well, it's evaporated now. It's out of the water first. Comes, who's there at the top of the screen? It's difficult to see. Yeah, Van Riel, you're right. We'll see when they come up the chute. Reed, Van Riel, they both caught that wave and caught their way up to Vincent Louis. At the front is Reed, Van Riel, and Lewis. Bit of a gap back to Brownlee, Ryder, and then Velas is there. And down in 10th and 11th, 10 seconds off the pace, is Yee and Wild. So Johnny Brownlee is in the box seat at the moment. If he beats both Wild and Yee, he can also finish second behind Vincent Louis and still win. I think Yee and Wild can thank their lucky stars that Christian Blumenfeld came into this race, because he knows how to bike his way up to a front group, and he'll do all the work to deliver those two championship protagonists. He's not doing it on purpose, he's just doing it because he wants to win the race, and he's used to biking up to the front pack after a swim. One more lap to go on the bike.
We've all come together here pretty much, the whole field, going, there's two athletes coming off the back, two cheaters actually falling off the back of that group. It's going to be all down to the run. This is what everyone's been waiting for. We're hoping we're going to get a sprint finish out of this, but the guys are definitely going to go hammer and nail. You think of Blumenfeld, he's going to go out like he's done the last two races.
And look at the two athletes that have come off the back, Alessandro Fabian and Aaron Royal off the back. You know, this goes to show just how hard they're pushing it at the front of this race.
Velasa onto the black carpet for the last time first. Blumenfeld and Reed as well. Wrapping the bike at the back of screen is Vincent Louis. If he can have a good transition, he needs to. He needs to win this race. He needs to put athletes between. Ryder drops his bike as he does again. Velasa comes out. Three Sharks in the top five, joined by Blumenfeld and Van Riel. So Velasa could push his way up the championship standings if he wins this one. He knows that. Blumenfeld doesn't figure. Reed doesn't figure. Lewis is there. Van Riel doesn't figure. Neither does Ryder. And then it's Wild, Yee and Brownlee all together, separated by 3 points as Hayden Wild moves his way up to third position ahead of Van Riel. There's the short chute in the background. Next time around, Van Riel's going to take that one. The pace too hot for Seth Ryder now. Wow, Velasa is pushing it at the front. Wild in the box seat now. There you can see Brownlee, Lewis and Yee in the back of this group. They are the men chasing Hayden Wild. So it's for sure, it's probably, well, there's no gap between them at all. And we have to wait and see what Blumenfeld is going to do. And Velasa, who tucks in behind the Norwegian now. There's a little gap there, maybe a second, to this group of the three championship contenders. Wild can take this as it stands, he will. Hayden Wild, 1 point back in the championship, 800 metres to go. Wild is trying to chase down Brownlee for the overall championship win. He is in the front. Van Riel is in third. He has the short chute. There is Yee. He's run away from Brownlee, who's run away slightly from Vincent Louis. Yee, the fastest runner in triathlon. Can he run his way back up to this pack? At the moment, he sits 1 point behind Hayden Wild. He needs to beat him. He's in fifth right now, and he's doing his best to run onto the back of Velasa. I think he's done it. Van Riel takes the short chute, and he's now the leader. Wild has someone to chase down. 400 metres to go in this race. Brownlee's off the back now. Lewis is off the back. Van Riel is leading. Wild needs to stay in second. He's got Blumenfeld behind him. Can Martin Van Riel win this race and 20 grand? And can Hayden Wild win the championship at 100 grand? That is the question that's going to be answered in the next 45 seconds time.
Well, this is an athlete who knows how to win Super League. He won in the Arena Games back in Rotterdam. He had the short chute. He's made the absolute most of that, but it looks like Hayden Wild is running him down. He's absolutely not giving up as a Belgian athlete now makes that 180-degree turn.
Yee is there. It's going to be a foot race between Alex Yee and Hayden Wild. They're now 200 metres from the finish. Brownlee's dropped off the back. Yee is there in the white. There is Hayden Wild in the purple of the Sharks, and now Yee's right behind him. Can Yee run him down? If he beats him, then he's going to do it. It's out of these two men right there. You can see the pain on Hayden Wild's face. It all comes down to the last 100 metres, and it's going to be a sprint finish to the end between Hayden Wild and Alex Yee. Martin Van Riel is still leading. He's going to get swallowed up, is he? Up to the big screen they look. The last is still behind. He'll pick up key points. But it's Yee and Wild.
Alex Yee going around the outside as well, just up into the hip here of Martin Van Riel. It's going to come down to a sprint finish.
It is. I think Wild's going to get dropped. I think Yee's going to be the one that does it. Has Hayden Wild got another gear? I don't think he does. It's going to be Alex Yee for the championship. Can he take the race win as well? It's a sprint finish, and it's going to be Yee who takes it, I think. The championship and the race win. What a month for Alex Yee. He's got better and better. He came fifth, he came third, then he won in Jersey, and maybe right now he's won the race to go along with a championship, and second is Hayden Wild.
Oh my goodness, they are flaked out down here.
Congratulations to Alex Yee, who in the end on the double points wins by 5 points. Fantastic effort from him, just got better and better across the course of the month. From Hayden Wild, Johnny Brownlee, Velasa leapfrogs Vincent Lewis into 4th position. Martin Van Riel, well, he figured there with 2nd, jumps himself into 6th, despite the fact that he didn't race in the first race. Seth Ryder, 7th, Kenji Nina, unlucky, had to pull out early in this one. Matt Hauser took a short shoot but didn't figure at the back end. He comes 9th overall from Taylor Reid, whose swims led him to a top 10 position. And now we're going to go head back down to Kate, who was with a very smug, no doubt, Tim Don, who picked incredibly well in the SLT draft and is your team managing champion of the Eagles.
Yes, here he is, Tim Don, and as is so like him, he's turning around to look at his team rather than taking any of the credit for himself. How are you feeling watching that, Tim?
Oh, I'm exhausted, but you know, the team competition here is deeper than winning. It's, you know, there were team tactics involved. People were getting points early on in London that meant so much later on. So the whole team came together and they grew throughout the series. And you can see that, you know, behind me. It's, yeah, it's really nice to be on the top of the podium, but they earned every point they earned.
Yeah, it's been amazing. And this month I feel like I've learned so much, which I don't think is only going to help me with Super League racing, but onwards into the future. And I think this is like such a good thing for our sport to have such short, exciting racing. Like, famously, the US has not been known to enjoy short course racing, and look how many people are out here. It's just amazing to see. So yeah, I'm really pleased to put on a show for everyone today, and yeah, thanks to everyone. Yeah.
Well, there they are, the deserving winners, Tim Don and the Eagles, 362 points. Their women were just fantastic. They led from the Scorpions, who just held off the Sharks, and the Rhinos. Well, look at that. They never cracked the 200. They were so close. They missed Martin Van Riel early on. What a way to end the season here on the sand of Malibu.